Hi, Julie. It's Heather. I just decided it would be easier if I just made you a screencast and kind of walked you step by step of the lesson unit that we're on. So I'm on 3.11, and this is the teacher manual. So I'm just going to walk you step by step, and then hopefully this will help you, and then let me know if you have any questions. So the first thing we do, and this is just what worked for our school and our grade level, is the first thing we do is the problem of the day. And we made just this PowerPoint of all the problem of the days that you can see here. So we do the problem of the day to introduce our lesson. And then we're really focused on making sure the kids know the goals and the targets. So we always do part one, the engage. So talking about the essential question, what that means, what their goal is for the day. And then the next part, and I have a student manual here too. The next part is always the unlock the problem, and the way we've set this up is that the unlock the problem is the only full group instruction time. So, and this is the only time that we speak or talk to full group. So we'll go through the unlock the problem, and what I usually do is just kind of go over this. If I know that it's a hard skill, I use some of the ELL strategies for like a more concrete, and then go over those. And then, so we do the unlock the problem, full class, the kids are answering questions. I try to use the questions on the side of the teacher's manual. And then what happens is, it's called the share and show. And in the student manuals, it is always the 2 red checked mark questions. So the kids do those completely independent, and then I grade those. And then what I'm going to pop up next is going to show you, and what they get on these 2 questions determines what group they're in for the day. So let me see if I can pull it up really quick. So you can see, like today, if they got 0 out of 2 on those, they would be the red group. And this would tell them that their first rotation, they would spend time with the teacher. And then this is what they're going to do each time at each center. So I have the center set up, and Go Math sets these up for you. If they get 1 out of the 2 check marks, they're the blue group. And you can see their assignments for blue group. They're doing their lesson work. And their lesson work is the on your own, and I'll go through that. And then the green group is usually the enrichment. They already have the skills, so they no longer need the teaching. So I'll go back to that in just a minute. So I do the 2 check mark groups. So what happens is the red group, that tells me they don't have the skill at all, so they're going to do a lot of the reteach. And these sheets are they come with your stuff. So the reteach, and it's like part of the RTI process. It takes it down to the level below. And then they also give you copies of the enrich page for the kids who have already mastered the skill. So you're not having to create anything. The blue group is right on target, so they always continue with the on their own portion of the lesson, which they should be able to complete that on their own. So each rotation, you can see that the red, I'm going to walk step by step with the share and show. Why did they miss it? Go over missing skills. When I see the blue group, they're going to bring their lesson work. They're going to bring the on their own. We're going to check it. We're going to make sure they're still on their own. They still have those skills. The green, the enrichment, just thinking deeper. All students get to work at a center at some point, as you can see. The centers, like I said, come with Go Math. They have the sheets ready for you. The games are out. The games only change every chapter, so it's really nice. And then the lesson work, you can see that they all have that. So at the end of rotations, and we do rotations for about 40 minutes, and then the last thing they do is what I call the checkout, and I always put it at the bottom of the slide, and that is how we grade. So, and what they call it in here is the lesson check. So these are the 2 problems. If they get them right, both right, they're at a 3. for grading purposes, and then just like they do the share and show. But this is what we take our grades on. And then the spiral review is kind of like everyday math, and I know you mentioned you guys are familiar with that. So the spiral review is just going to walk you through the past lessons earlier in the other chapters. And that's how we end our lesson for the day. Now the manual is really great because they let you plan out ahead of time. So any small groups you want to do, and then they're really good. They have a book that has all the Blackline masters for any games or anything. So the green, the Go Deeper, they're a little bit more advanced questions, and they're kind of out of the box thinking. The red or the yellow is the Think Smarter, and those are really good to touch base with on the small groups, no matter what group, because they're having to think through and problem solve. And then they come with a QR code, and we use our classroom iPad, and they scan the QR code, and they can watch the video if they choose. So down here, and this is the teacher manual, down here they tell you the grab and go, the centers. They give you the games, they give you the literature, or they give you the activity, the literature, and the games that they can play for that day. And that's what I add back up on the slideshow, so they know exactly. And I just keep this posted throughout the math lesson, so kids know what they should be doing at all different times. And then the practice and homework is really great. We choose to either assign this for morning work or extra practice, or send it home for their weekly homework, and they can just rip it out of their spiral, and it's just more practice. So I hope that clears it up and makes it a little bit more easy to understand. We kind of had to come up with a system, so for us it was really easy to differentiate with all the given materials that they do, and then grouping kids on the skill that they have. There's a lot of features online that we use that I would be more than happy to talk to you about too, so let me know if you have any questions. And I hate the sound of my voice on loudspeaker, so please don't play this for a full group. So let me know if there's anything that we can do, because it is truly amazing and so much easier than pulling random things. So all right, have a good day.